This is Harry David from Air Fighting, and I'm joined by Colby Covington just over a week out from his big world title fight in Las Vegas against Leon Edwards. Colby, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. I'm living the American dream out here in America and just having a great day. Can't wait to end Leon Scott's reign next weekend on pay-per-view and everything's beautiful.
Awesome. I wanted to first get your thoughts on Leon Edwards, not only just as a fighter, but as a person as well. I don't know if you maybe have different feelings as the person of Leon and the fighter of Leon. What do you think?
Well, first off, as a person, Leon Scott or so aka low IQ Leon, what's his grade level? Like what's his level of education? Because I swear that guy's a mumbling, fumbling idiot. He's literally always drooling on himself. So, as a person, I just think that guy is just a waste of fucking chromosomes and a waste of space. So honestly, I'd love to know, can some journalist, this is all I want from the journalists out there, please dive into Leon Scott's IQ. Like, what is his level of education? Did he graduate middle school? Did he even get through elementary school? Because the guy's dumber than a box of rocks. And as a fighter, Leon Scott is the biggest cheater the sport's ever known. I thought Marty Usman was a cheater. Man, this guy makes Marty look like a freaking saint. So Leon is a cheater. He's poking people in the eye. He's kicking people in the eye. He's grabbing the fence. I mean, the guy's the biggest cheater the sport's ever seen. And, that's the only way I was able to prepare for him, is just prepare for all the cheating he's going to do.
Why do you think this fight will be a repeat of 1776?
I think this fight will be a repeat of 1776 because this is another example of the British coming to American soil and trying to take our freedom, trying to take away my American dream of the American title. And that's not going to happen. I'm going to send him back to the UK empty-handed, and he's going to be just like Cornwallis. He's going to have to come surrender here.
It's not often before a fight we hear fighters looking at the next fight, but Leon has said, "Look, if I win this, I want to call out the winner of the middleweight title." Do you think he's sort of getting ahead of himself, given you've not even fought him yet?
Yeah, he's definitely getting ahead of himself. He's trying to talk big and trying to talk confident, but Leon, deep down inside, he knows in that little brittle little body how scared of me he is. If he wanted this fight so bad, he would have fought in front of his home fans of the UK. He turned down a homecoming fight. He robbed the UK fans of a pay-per-view headliner. Instead, they had to be stuck with dog shit at fight night. So it's embarrassing what he's done to the UK fans, because the UK fans are the most electrifying fans I've ever seen in the sports history. And I appreciate the UK fans' support and even the hate that they have towards me. But you know what? I will promise the UK fans one thing here today, that after I beat Leon Scott next weekend in Las Vegas, that I'm going to come defend that welterweight undisputed title in the UK.
We're 9 days away from the fight, but 7 from the press conference, and it'll be a very entertaining one because there's a lot of people on that stage that don't like you. One of which is Garry said, "Oh, if I win this fight, I want to sleep with Colby in a heartbeat." That he's been in the news a lot with his wife Layla. Have you been paying attention to that? And do you have any sort of tricks up your sleeve for Ian at the press conference?
All I'll say about Ian is you step in shoes, Junior, you better wipe that shit off. So, I've had death threats, bombings, like people wanted to kill me after Brazil. I never turned off my social media. I never turned off my comments. Look at that little Ian Garry. He's turned off his comments like a little fucking sensitive soy boy. So, he ain't a tough. He ain't the biggest and baddest fucking fighter in this division. The guy's a fucking joke. He's a little fucking kid. So I don't really have anything to say to him. You'll see at the press conference, but my business and my attention is focused towards Leon Scott, and that's all I care about right now.
I want to read you this quote. It goes, "I hate Colby Covington. He's just proper annoying. I've been told he's got a ghostwriter and doesn't even come up with his own stuff. That's all an act. It infuriates me. He's just fake." That was Paddy Pimblett. He said that 2 years ago about you. He's also going to be at the press conference. I know you're just focused on Leon, but you have a lot of enemies on stage next week, don't you?
Hey, man, that's okay, man. You know why I have enemies is because they all know I'm about to be the undisputed world champion, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Look at the people that are talking about me. These are guys that have never done anything in this sport. They're absolute nobodies. They're throwing rocks up to the top of the division, the best and biggest fighter in this division. What have they done? Have they headlined pay-per-views like these? Have they won world championship title fights? What is their credentials? Because I'm already a first ballot Hall of Famer, and next weekend I solidify myself as the greatest welterweight of all time.
You've had the support of Donald Trump throughout your career, and I saw a good video of you signing the suit with the mugshot on it recently. How was that meeting Trump? I know you guys have linked up a lot, but it must be nice to see him again.
Dude, he's my good friend. It's not like I just was meeting up with him every couple months. I was at his house, in Mar-a-Lago a couple weeks before that. I call him regularly just to ask him about a game plan. He's given me great advice, great coaching advice for this fight. So I had the most important and famous person on planet Earth coming to my fight, watching me front row. Who does Leon have? Who does he have? Does he have the royal family coming? No. Does he have Mary fucking Poppins coming? No. Does he have Paddington the bear coming? No. Leon's the nobody. He's the B side. I'm the A side.
We all know who the better fighter out of you and Donald Trump is, but who's the better golfer out of you two?
Oh man, Trump's the better fighter. That guy's got knuckles like freaking lunch boxes. That guy's so big he would destroy me if we fought. And in golfing, I can't lie. The guy is literally a PGA Tour level professional golfer. The guy he shoots under par. I mean, it's incredible to watch him in his golf swing. I mean, he's dedicated to his craft and to the sport of golf. And I have no chance. But I'd like to go out there and watch him and sit in the golf cart sometimes and just see just be amazed at how good Donald Trump is at golfing. I mean, look at that. You see Joe Biden, the guy can't even ride a bicycle. He's falling off his bicycle. He can't walk off a stage. The world leaders are carrying him off the stage. Here, this way, Joe. Where am I? He's a geriatric. Donald Trump is the most smartest, freaking best athlete alive, and he's the best president we've ever had in the history of America.
Whilst we're on the topic of politics, I know you've been very complimentary of Conor McGregor's sort of impact that he's had on MMA and the UFC as a whole. He actually said he wants to run for presidency in Ireland. Do you think he would be a good leader or not?
Yeah, I think Conor would be a great leader. I think that he has a lot of those leadership world championship qualities. So and he believes in freedom, which is most important. So I respect Conor so much because of how much he cares about his people and how much he wants freedom for his people, and he doesn't want to see his people being killed in the streets of Ireland being burned. So, I sympathize with Conor, and I think he'd be a great leader over there. The guy's already been a world-class fighter, one of the best fighters we've ever seen in the sport, the biggest fighter for sure that the sport's ever seen. So I think he would do great things in politics in Ireland.
Can you tell me the story? Because I know you spoke about this, but maybe not in great detail. How did Dustin Poirier get you kicked out of ATT? What sort of, was it one incident too? How did that happen?
Well, I didn't get kicked out of ATT. I decided to leave. They begged for me to come back, but I didn't want to go back because there's just too many egos, too many just rotten apples in that gym, and there's no great fighters there. So my time had been done there. But Dustin went crying to the owner, Dan Lambert. Oh, Colby's such a mean person. He says mean words while we're getting locked in the octagon in our underwear to send people to the hospital. This guy's sensitive, up in his feelings about some words I said. So Dustin Poirier is nothing more than a little cuck, and he's a little fucking soy boy who has sensitive feelings. He's nothing more than an ultimate feelings champion. I'm an ultimate fighting champion.
Are you happy to put that legal situation with Jorge Masvidal behind you? I know you guys have met in the cage, but finally the legal side of things have been dealt with. Is that happy to sort of put that whole ordeal behind you now going into this fight?
Yeah, it's good that black cloud's over. He admitted guilt like a fucking idiot because he know what he did. The guy's nothing more than trailer trash, and he's a clown. So he got what was coming to him. He had to admit guilt. He had to spend some night in jail, and you shouldn't do that, man. It's embarrassing. I mean, if you look at a guy like Israel Adesanya, his friend got sucker punched in a bar in Australia and he died. So, people shouldn't be going around sucker punching people and stalking people on the streets. It's embarrassing. But, George knew he couldn't beat me man to man, face to face. He had to run up behind me and sucker punch me.
And finally, I'm not going to ask you for an exact prediction because I know you spoke earlier about this, you took aim at Leon cheating in fights and grabbing fences and poking stuff. Do you sort of prepare for any of that? Is that something maybe you'll speak with the referee more about in the locker room? Do you anticipate anything more than you've had in previous fights in regards to sort of illegal moves?
Absolutely. That was my main training for this camp is making sure I kept my glasses on at all times because I don't want to get poked in the eye. The guy, Edward Scissorhands, he loves to poke people. He loves to detach retinas and poke people's eyeballs out. So I made sure to wear glasses at all time in the training gym. And then also when I was finishing my takedowns, I made sure that everybody grabbed the fence. Don't let me take you down. Just grab the fence and hold on. Even if I'm grabbing your legs in the air, just keep grabbing the fence like Leon would do. And of course, you know, he's going to kick me in the nuts. He's going to grab the shorts. He's going to do everything he can. He's a cheater. So, you know, the guy's a fucking joke. He's low IQ, and I can't wait to end his reign next weekend live on pay-per-view.